1 dead and 2 injured after a shooting at the Dallas immigration office.
Jimmy Kimmel returns to air amid controversy.
Don't expect a check. Hear why the IRS is ditching paper checks.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Evanson Franklove.
And I'm Annie Tomlin.
One person was killed and 2 others were badly hurt in a shooting at North Texas immigration facility.
It happened early this morning near downtown Dallas. Investigators are trying to figure out a motive for the violence. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
There were shots fired at our Dallas field office. Right now, preliminary information is a possible sniper.
Several agencies are investigating a deadly shooting at an immigration and customs enforcement facility in Dallas. Officials say at least 2 of the victims are detainees and no law enforcement officers were injured.
I can confirm at this time that the FBI is investigating this incident as an act of targeted violence.
This is at least the 3rd shooting to target a Texas ICE facility this year. The field office in Dallas has held more than 8,000 temporarily detained persons over the first 6 months of President Donald Trump's administration, according to data obtained by the Deportation Data Project. FBI Director Kash Patel shared an image on social media of what authorities say are the bullets connected to the shooting.
Early evidence that we've seen from rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
The acting field director for ICE Dallas called for an end to extreme political rhetoric.
It's just got to stop. It's dangerous, and people are losing their lives.
While Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson asked for calm and patience as the investigation continues.
There's still a lot of unanswered questions, and I want to encourage all of you to exercise a little bit of restraint and allow them to do their job.
Authorities identified the shooter as 29-year-old Joshua John. He was arrested on a marijuana charge in Collin County about 10 years ago, but reporters say he has no record of violent crime. Records show John was born in Texas but was most recently associated with an address in Durant, Oklahoma. John's brother told NBC News he did not think his brother was interested in politics. Public records show John was a registered independent who last voted in the November 2024 election. This is not the first attack at this field office, according to the Department of Homeland Security. DHS revealed earlier today that the same facility was the subject of a bomb threat last month. 36-year-old Bratton Dean Wilkinson faces a charge of domestic terrorism. He's charged with entering the office and telling an officer that he had a detonator.
Another round of a severe weather blew through our area overnight and into the morning. While we saw rain and thunder here in Denton, it was far worse to our north. High winds ripped the roof off a hospital in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, that's near the Arkansas border. Debris from the roof was sent flying through nearby neighborhoods. Thankfully, nobody was injured.
Here in our area, the latest round of storms also brought some cooler temperatures.
I know, I'm glad, Annie. Especially after yesterday's intense heat, I was ready for a cool down. Our weather anchor, Leah Correas, is here with us for a first look at forecast for tonight. What's up, Leah?
Hey, guys.
Honestly, I was not a big fan of the storm last night. I'm kind of scared of them.
Yeah, me too. You know, I tend to wrap up in my blanket laying in bed at night.
Leah, what do you think?
Well, I love me a good storm, and I also love cozy blanket weather. And thanks to those storms, we got a cold front, and it is currently 84 degrees out there, partially cloudy, feels like 86, but don't worry about that. The wind is at 11 miles an hour, which is going to bring in cool temperatures tonight. 72 degrees, it'll feel like 73, and there will be a little breeze with 6 miles an hour wind speed. And tomorrow it'll go back to 80, and it'll feel like 84 with another wind speed of 10 miles an hour. Stay tuned for our full look to see our fair weather weekend.
Thank you, Leah. If you're a commuter or live close by campus, closures in Denton area are taking place this week, and our live reporter Lucy Ritchie is out to tell us what we can expect for the days ahead. Lucy?
In Denton, TxDOT has scheduled several overnight closures due to construction this week. Not to worry though, if you usually commute on these roads, here's what you need to know. The southbound frontage road from Bonnie Bray Street to North Texas Boulevard will be closed from 9 p.m. Thursday evening to 5 a.m. Friday morning. There will be a second closure from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Friday to Saturday. Although these closures are planned overnight, TxDOT says that the ramp connecting I-35 west to east will close in increments of up to 30 minutes. So make sure to plan ahead, stay alert, and of course, be a little more patient this week, as this is definitely going to cause a disruption in the flow of traffic. With NTTV News, I'm Lucy Ritchie. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Lucy. Camp Mystic plans to reopen to some campers next summer. 27 campers died at the Central Texas camp when floodwaters ravaged the camp over the July 4th weekend. Camp owners sent notifications this week announcing a number of rebuilding projects. Those projects include safety improvements required by the newly passed state law, including moving cabins away from dangerous flood-prone areas.
As Camp Mystic plans its return, ABC is allowing Jimmy Kimmel to return to his popular talk show. The late-night host defended his free speech rights during his monologue last night. It may open a new clash between the TV network and the Trump administration. Amy Kiley has the latest.
Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted.
Jimmy Kimmel Live is back after a nearly week-long suspension. Disney says it objected to the host's comments after Charlie Kirk's murder. Kimmel addresses that in his return monologue.
I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever.
Kimmel's also defending free speech with humor.
The guy in Germany offered me a job. Can you imagine? This country has become so authoritarian, the Germans are like, come here.
Some repeat audience members say this taping felt different.
There was a gravity, but also happiness of just being back.
Disney says it lifted the suspension after, quote, thoughtful conversations with Jimmy. Critics claim it originally caved to President Donald Trump. He says Kimmel's return on ABC, quote, puts the network in jeopardy. He adds, quote, we're going to test ABC out on this. Sinclair and Nexstar Media are continuing to preempt the show on their stations. The FCC chair applauds them for what he calls standing up to a national programmer. The preemptions are a financial hit for Disney. Some analysts say a boycott from Kimmel fans would have been worse.
Money was the impetus for the first decision and pulling Jimmy Kimmel off the air, and money is the impetus for returning him.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Up next, hear why your tax refund is going to look different.
And the best way to save a buck at the State Fair of Texas.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
No more tax refund checks from the Internal Revenue Service. The IRS says it's phasing out paper checks beginning next week. The change comes from an executive order requiring all federal payments to transition to electronic formats to save the government money. Last year, 95% of taxpayers got their refunds electronically. The IRS says taxpayers should file their returns like normal.
Remember quiet quitting after the pandemic, when many workers just disappeared from their jobs? That led to a rash of job hopping that's now turning into a new phenomenon called job hugging. Karen Kaiva explains.
The post-pandemic hiring boom meant workers could hop between opportunities that offered the best benefits and flexibility. But the slowing labor market has given way to a new trend, job hugging.
Job hugging, as the title suggests, implies that folks out here are really clinging on to their jobs right now, even if they are only somewhat satisfied or even unsatisfied with their job.
The sharp turn leaving many workers unhappy.
They experienced this job market where they had more power, they had more ability to find a new job, to get a raise. And so the whiplash that workers are feeling is part of the reason that I think workers are so sour on the current job market.
Sam DeMace, career expert at ZipRecruiter, says job hugging doesn't have to be a negative. DeMace says workers may not have success in jumping to positions outside of their current company, but can build new skills on the inside.
Go for an internal promotion, go for a lateral move across teams, go for a raise. Now is the time to do that internally because companies are investing in that internal movement, in that internal upward mobility.
And during times of economic uncertainty, Glassdoor chief economist Daniel Zhao says even workers who make the most of staying put should stay a step ahead in case layoffs strike.
Prioritize your short-term health, right? So financial security, career, thinking about trying to get your network warmed up so that you can find a job if you are affected.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
People are staying at their jobs longer than expected, but what does this mean for Gen Z? Well, new data has shown that Gen Z faces a more competitive job market. Our live shot reporter Aaliyah Bordeaux has more on the story. Aaliyah?
Thanks, Annie. It's common knowledge that Gen Z is the generation of technology. But what's going on in the career world? Studies show that Gen Z workers are determined and disoriented. For UNT college students who are starting their careers or about to start, the survey says the talent of this generation is at a huge disruption, facing stiff competition and lots of technology change. The survey from the World Economic Forum draws on a survey of about 11,000 people and an analysis of roughly 120 million job postings. The survey says that despite talent scarcity, there is a steady decline of entry-level jobs. Entry-level job postings are down 29% since January 2024. 61% of Gen Z men and 66% of Gen Z women are excited about AI in the workplace. And 2 in 5 Gen Z talent always consider their long-term career goals when making job decisions. The data paints a picture of Gen Z expectations. The bottom line, employers will need to reshape how they're doing the hiring process with Gen Z entering the workforce. With NTTV News, I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Aaliyah. Annie, weren't we just talking about how we don't like storms?
Yeah, we don't have many where I'm from, so I think they're a little bit scary.
I know, same thing. Well, maybe our weather anchor, Leah Correas, can tell us what is coming our way for the rest of this week. Leah?
Thanks, Evanson. Like I mentioned before, there was a cold front in the North Texas area, which explains our weather here on our local map. We'll see temperatures in the mid to low 80s, and we'll see that in our state map as well, with temperatures getting even lower in areas like Amarillo, Oklahoma City, and Shreveport. They're the lucky ones that get to have temperatures in the 70s, while the rest of us in Texas get temperatures in the 80s. Now let's look at our upcoming weather for the week. So Thursday, we have a temperature of 85 degrees with a low of 59. Friday is opening day for the fair, and it will be a sunny day with a high of 87 and a low of 58. Saturday, Sunday, once again, high 80s and then nightly lows in the low 60s. Monday, we'll have a little bit of a cloudy day and temperatures go back up to the 90s on Wednesday. So overall, I think we'll have a great sunny week coming up. Thanks, you guys. Back to you at the table.
Thanks, Leah. Those cooler temperatures make me even more excited for the state fair, which begins Friday morning.
Yeah, me too, Annie. But, you know, the fair can get a little pricey.
Well, that's true, but you're in luck because there are plenty of ways to save money. You can get in for just $10 on Friday if you bring 2 jars of peanut butter to donate to the North Texas Food Bank. On every Wednesday during the fair, you can donate 5 canned good items for the food bank and get in for just $7.
There's also a $5 discount available any day of the fair at certain McDonald's locations. The State Fair of Texas runs through October 19th, and NTTV will be out on the fairgrounds live 3 weeks from today.
Evanson, how many languages do you speak?
Only one, but I hear there's a place at UNT where I can change that.
Yeah, that's right. NTTV's Mavish Shah has more. Mavish?
That's right, Evanson. If you're looking to practice a language or just meet new people, UNT International Affairs has the program for you. I was there last week. Let's take a look.
Imagine visiting a new country every week without ever leaving Denton, Texas. At UNT, that's exactly what happens every Tuesday during the language exchange program.
I used to go to a language exchange program back in my Korea, and it was really helpful for me.
The event is designed to connect students through language practice and cultural exchange.
We wanted to provide a place for students to congregate, to get together, to either practice a language they're currently studying at UNT or in a language they would like to study that's not available.
For many, it's not just about practicing grammar, it's about something more.
The community instantly latched onto me, and I latched onto it. There's the same people every week, sometimes new faces, and you'll make friends that will last forever.
With one of the largest international student populations in the state, UNT gives students the chance to meet people from all over the world.
You come together and you just realize it doesn't matter where you're from, you have a good time.
Language exchange is a way to learn new perspectives, share culture, and create friendships that cross borders and backgrounds.
My first language is Korean. My favorite word in Korean is 사랑해, which means I love you.
My first language is Malayalam, and my favorite word in that is Natilevidia. Natilevidia means where you're from in your hometown.
My favorite word in English would be friendship because of the intrinsic value that friendships bring to our lives.
Students may come speaking different languages, but they leave with something universal: belonging.
My favorite word in my mother tongue, Urdu, is umid, meaning hope. How about you, Annie?
I would say bellissima is my favorite word in Italian. It's beautiful in sound and meaning, and it kind of describes the way I'm feeling right now. From learning languages to learning about ghosts, let's head over to Marguerite Calkins, who's got the spooky details on tonight's ghost hunting adventure happening right here on campus.
That's right, Annie. If you were looking for a thrill tonight, the University Union has you covered. At 6 o'clock, expert ghost hunters began leading students through a haunted corner of campus, exploring eerie mysteries and chilling legends hidden in the shadows. It's all happening inside the Union, and the best part? Admission is free. You still have the time to head on over to the Lyceum for an evening of thrills and chills. Expect plenty of giveaways, entertainment, and maybe even a scare or two. Student Life says it's a one-of-a-kind chance to come and explore some of the hidden spots and haunted spots on campus. With NTTV News, I'm Marguerite Calkins.
Thanks, Marguerite. Coming up, a messy game of paintball on campus.
And the oldest sports fan heads for retirement. Stay with us.
This ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it!
You're right, Mom. I have.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our Mean Green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
With over 400 student organizations, sometimes it's difficult to know where to get involved. Our segment anchor, Beth Spicer, will tell us about an off-campus event that keeps you active.
Thank you, Annie. Are you looking for a thrilling pastime but don't mind a little pain? Look no further than the UNT paintball team. Our reporter, Deja Jackson, has the story.
The National X-Ball League, known as NXL, is one of the largest professional paintball leagues in the country. It draws teams nationwide to compete in tournaments across the U.S. This year's event was held at Autobahn Sports Park in Garland, Texas.
So a lot of the things that we like playing paintball is it's actually letting us be more active. Like, we're kind of cooped up in studying or doing other things, so being active is really the most thing. Also, it's a competitive edge. A lot of us play a lot of games together and have fun as a team building thing, and we're not a frat, but we're like a family, and we try to help each other out. Up to me, and they're like, hey, you need to start this up again, and I found out there's a college league. I was like, wow, college league is like really fun. Like, you get to play with all your friends and stuff, and it's all similar, like skill gap and age gap. Like, it's not a big difference. We're all the same age.
UNT is one of 2 college teams in the league, quickly becoming one of the fastest growing teams in the U.S. and gaining more recognition every match they play.
Compared to other teams, I think that we are one of, if not the most ethnically diverse clubs and team just in Texas, for college, overall. Because there's not a lot of, you don't see other teams with international students coming on to play paintball, or people who are like different ethnicities.
It's kind of funny, like falling over bunkers when they jump over. It's kind of funny, like sometimes you can flop over. Some people getting shot in the butt even sometimes. It's funny. It happens, but it's funny.
Any UNT student is welcome to participate. Just contact the president about pricing and how to join. I'm Deja Jackson reporting for NTTV News.
There's never a second spent bored when you're with the UNT paintball team. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Beth. A beloved fan and nun at Loyola University in Chicago is retiring after 64 years of teaching. Jean Dolores Schmidt, known to everyone as Sister Jean, started her career in 1961. She had been a chaplain for the men's basketball team for the last 30 years. Sister Jean gained national recognition in 2018 during the Loyola Chicago Ramblers' unexpected run to the Final Four. She was seen frequently wearing a maroon and gold scarf while sitting courtside. The president of Loyola Chicago says although Sister Jean will not be on campus, she remains a beloved friend and advisor.
Evanston, do you think I should go fly out to watch the Dallas Stars play?
I don't think that's such a bad idea, actually.
Good. You know I'm ready for hockey season to start.
Good thing our sports anchor, Gabby Pippins, is here with the news about that and more. Gabby?
That's right, guys. I can already tell this is going to be a great season for our Dallas Stars. I'll have an update on their preseason, plus how the Rangers are doing, and a date to mark your calendars for right after this.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DebtQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DebtQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DebtQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DebtQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
With injuries and poor performances plaguing the Texas Rangers, they've unfortunately fallen just short of the wild card and will not make the playoffs this season. They currently have a 79-78 record with just 5 games left this season. Texas started a 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins last night. Jock Peterson opened things up with a 411-foot homer. Unfortunately, that was the only run the Rangers got on the board. Minnesota responded with 2 runs in the 3rd inning and 2 more in the 6th, courtesy of Brooks Lee, leading to an unfortunate 4-1 Rangers loss. Texas has now lost 8 straight games, but they'll have a chance to turn things around in Game 2 tonight at Globe Life Field. Meanwhile, the Dallas Stars are starting their preseason on the right foot with a 2-0 record. They beat the St. Louis Blues 2-1 last Saturday and won against the Minnesota Wild last night. The Wild got on the board first with a David Yerkett snapshot, and the second period came and went without a goal. Mikko Rantanen opened up the 3rd period with a wrist shot goal with help from Jason Robertson and Thomas Harley. A few minutes later, Robertson got a goal on the board, but Ben Gleason answered back to tie things at 2. Overtime presented a tough challenge for Dallas, but Tyler Seguin got a snapshot goal less than 2 minutes in to win it for the Stars 3-2. The Stars will have a rematch against the Wild tomorrow night in Minnesota, so be sure to tune in and cheer them on. And finally, UNT football is on a roll this season. They're 4-0, yes, you heard me right, and 2nd in the American Conference. And while we're excited about what this season holds, it's not too early to start looking ahead. Our very own Mean Green will open the 2026 season in Indiana. This is huge for UNT since they'll open on the road against a Big Ten opponent, and it sets the bar high for next season. Mark your calendars for September 5th, 2026, so we can open the season with a bang, just like we did this season. The previously scheduled season opener in Wyoming will be moved to the following week on September 9th. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Speaking of sports, Annie, are you into baseball at all?
I absolutely love baseball.
Wow, so you're a baseball fan. That's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Well, baseball fans in New Jersey are trying to set a record for the largest game of catch. More than 1,100 pairs of people took on the challenge last Sunday, making an effort to break the Guinness World Record. This event was also a way to honor baseball legend and New Jersey native Yogi Berra, who would have turned 100 this year. This event broke the old record of 927 pairs of people playing catch. It was set in Illinois back in 2017. Now that sounds fun. Can you catch a baseball?
Of course. I played softball for 7 years, Evanson.
Okay, it sounds like you were a little bit of an athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching NTTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.
Thank you.